on the surface, it's just a plain little painting, a little Sunday painting. But I did this on the 4th of July. I'm just going to hold this with my hands and talk while I go, and then I'll point some stuff out. This is too large for me to get onto the tripod, and then I also want to go in close. So this is where I used to go to the beach here, down in Huntington Beach, when I lived in Long Beach. And this was just north of the main part of Huntington Beach, up by the oil wells. It was always pretty quiet there. And so I thought, well, that's like a nice place to go on the 4th of July. This is, it's not going to get too crowded there. This is 1976. And I said, this is our bicentennial. The country's 200 years old. I wonder what it was like here 200 years ago or 100 years ago. I know what it's like here now, and I'm going to do a painting of it because this is such a wonderful scene that I love so much. And then I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to compare it 25 years from now, from 1976, and maybe exhibit it and, see if things have changed. And when that year rolled around, I couldn't find it. Well, then again, I think last year I found this, or maybe 2 years ago, I found it. And I'm going, oh, there it is. I've been looking for this for forever. And decided that good, I'll have it for the 50th. 50 years since to compare. And pulled it out and promptly lost it again. But I refound it, and I've found a place to exhibit it because I want people to know about this particular painting. It just looks like an old generic, people at the beach painting. It's not generic. It's that day, that time, that place, those people. This is not done from a photograph. Nobody's been added in. They were there. They might not all have been there at the same time. It's a pretty nice, calm day there in Huntington Beach. If you want to go in closer, you can enjoy some of the nice puddles I made for you, too. It's a beautiful little painting with a beautiful story. So I found it, and I just got a call today from the museum. And I said, I really desperately want to find a place to show this because it means a lot to me. And it's also preparatory to the solo show that I'll be doing at the end of September, which is going to have a lot of water imagery in it. Again, this was done in 1976, and it is called Huntington Beach Bicentennial. And I thought at that time, when I look out over this horizon, might it look like Long Beach? Might there be drilling out here? Because there is drilling, back on the other side. Or what will it be? It's the same. And so this painting is, as far as I'm concerned, a conceptual piece disguised as a Sunday painting. The concept was the passage of time. A lot of my work has to do with the passage of time, and a lot of it has to do with water and water surfaces and surfaces in general. Again, this was done from life, so it's catch as catch can. And this is how the water was that day at that time. And I think even a number of these small pictures like this would make nice little postcards just by themselves. At any rate, this is 1976, and it was just before I jumped back on in to do my master's degree. And, it has nothing to do with that. Was it after that? No. A couple of years later, I got a job as an artist in residence for the city of Long Beach. And I took this idea of the water surfaces at different times and trying to capture them from life. And I made a mural of 196 tiles that had the high and low tide every day. I did the watercolors of those. I'm going to go in the other room and show you that, because this is preparatory to that. So, and also, again, when you see a painting and you have a little bit of a response to it, always go on in and see if there are any gifts there. They're called Easter eggs now. Any beautiful little gifts of brush strokes or colors or puddles. Okay. All right, so that's all I have to say about that. I just wanted to make sure I got this story out because I think it's a very sweet story. Oh, the moral of the story is that's the same. It's no different. I can go to the beach here. There are going to be a lot of people there, but if I will go down for the Hermosa Ironman. That's where I go on the 4th of July now. But if I come back toward the pier, but not all the way to the pier, it's going to look just like this. The people are there, the kids are playing, the waves are coming in, and the girls are jumping together, the boys are jumping together. I like this. This lady has a purse. Okay. There's a sailboat out there. It's deep dark blue out there, and it's like a nicer here so we can jump around. I didn't lose my train of thought. I ran out of words for that. But at any rate, yeah, this time has passed. 50 years has passed. I was a little worried then that this might change, but it hasn't. That's why I came home back here, because I look out my window and I see the ocean. I see the horizon. And I need to see the horizon to know that I'm standing on the earth. So sometimes I say the horizon is my home. Anyway, the ocean, the horizon, when you live at the beach, is always the same, but the very edge of it is not. It always changes. This always changes. So, the magic of water. And I'll be right back. Here are the couple of the panels that have the water surface each day, high tide and low tide, from the same place, Marine Stadium in Long Beach. And whatever was happening out there at the high tide or the low tide, that's what went in to this. And I'm going to, so that Huntington Beach one was in many ways preparatory to this. This was the job that I had before I went overseas. My little friend Amanda. The sandpipers go by, picking around in the rocks. Okay, there's one down here. And in the water below, grebes. A grebe floating. That's like a high tide and a low tide. And that happens at a new moon and a full moon. There's a bigger difference. There's a higher high and a lower low. So here you can see it's neither a, well, it's, up here you can see there's very little difference. So anyway, each of these is an individual painting, and I did my best to replicate what the water right out in front of me looked like that day. I love this. And this is another thing I'm working on. The mural that is made from this, that was in the Bayshore Library, was moved somewhere. I haven't figured out where yet. And they're redoing the whole Marine Stadium thing, and I'd like to have it reinstalled there. Reinstalled at Marine Stadium right here where it was painted, because the Marine Stadium, the lifeguard broadcasting booth is now the lifeguard museum. So I need to get off my rusty dusty and get some support on that, because I sure would like to do that, get that thing reinstalled, because this is my big piece, my big public piece of art that I'm so proud of.